these are all facts. Shooting flicks like Men in Black. Are you ready for the podcases? Hitting every spot, Dalmatian. Taking off like a spaceship. Podcast is not basic. 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 Let's go. Podcast is not basic.
Yo, I'm an island boy. What's I'm an island boy. Yo.
You what?
I'm an island boy. Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo, welcome to the Podcases, man. Episode number 27, baby. You got your guys, the originators of opinionated-facts. You got your guy Fifth.
Opinionated-facts. See what?
Yo, man, welcome to the ride, baby. Episode number 27. Here we go with it. You know what I'm saying? Who would have thunk it? You know what I'm saying? The podcast is in the building, my brother. How you feeling, man? What's good?
Hey, apparently you feeling good, island boy.
I'm an island boy. Yeah, man.
That's something you listening to or something? Or
hey, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. You didn't see them clowns on they got promoted around here with that singing that song, man. Island boy.
Nah, man, probably not.
Yeah, some bullshit, man. So what's good with you, my brother? Welcome to welcome to Rod 27.
Hey, man, glad to be here, man. Glad to be here. We had snow up and down the East Coast.
Last couple of weeks, man.
Yeah, last couple of weeks, man. So kind of detoured a couple of plans and blah blah blah, and people snow and ice. So
hey man, you don't fuck with that one, dog.
Not that ice.
Hell nah, dog. Hell nah, man. Yo, man, we this past week has been real crazy, man. A lot of good feedback about episode 26. A conversation with Mr. Do-It-All, right. Kelly, man, Dupree, man. So his whole campaign, and we want to thank everybody who caught that, man, and also donated to his campaign, man. But we want to keep the ball rolling a little bit here, man. We got Dupree Kelly's donation information right there, man. So just text that number and make sure everybody out here in the podcast land, just let's see this today and for my brother here, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. And everybody who's watching right now, man, just say, yo, man, we're sad about Tom Brady, but so everybody just put in the comments how sad you are about Tom Brady losing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so what's good, my brother?
Matter of fact, man, let's take 3 seconds of silence just for Tom, man.
The GOAT. All right.
We sad about that, man.
We sad about Tom Brady, man. God damn.
Man. That damn Antonio Winfield Jr., man. How you let Cooper Kupp get behind you again? All year he been doing stuff. He let him get behind him, man.
A little sports commentary, baby. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Behind him, man.
Yeah, bro. Let me tell you something, man. It's been a crazy week, man. I was telling you right before, brother, how much sleep I got last night. I got like about 14 hours of sleep, brother. Well, what was it like? Well, from 9 to 12. Yeah, it's like 12 hours, brother. A little over 12 hours.
You be sleep straight, man, or you be getting up and stuff?
I be out, bro. I'll be out, man. Because during the week, man, I be having like insomnia, man. I be up all fucking night. I can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I just get conked out. I be out, bro.
So how you fall asleep at 9 o'clock?
I don't know. I recorded it, and I was like, "Fuck it!" I just went to sleep, bro. You know what I'm saying? Went to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, the cases are here. We was talking shit last season, episode 2, but not episode 2, but season 2, but episode, and then the whole time we was telling you how we want to do things bigger and better for season 3 and all of that, man. And we kind of started it off last week with our guy, Do-It-All, Dupree Kelly, man. And again, we got his information. Let's everybody that's watching right now, let's just donate to his campaign there. The information is at the bottom of the screen, though. So everybody who's watching, man, just throw a thumbs up and say, let's support my brother to the end and just donate to his campaign. Let's just drop something on there. Anything less than was 2,500, 2,300, something like that. So just let's make sure we give them whatever we got. You know what I'm saying? I love that shirt you got on, by the way, my brother.
Hey, man, opinionated facts, man. Podcases.
Yo, man.
soon coming to an online venue everywhere where you can also purchase.
Yo, man, get the cases gear, bro. You know, we gonna let you know when it's all out, man.
What you rocking? What you rocking tonight, bro?
Oh man, you know, I got the Podcases t-shirt here, but this is a takeoff of the NWO t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? You know, New World Order, but this is like the new Podcases World Order type stuff, man. So this is a takeoff from that, man. We just throwing different things out there, just kind of get it all rocking and rolling, man. But you know, the Podcases are here to stay, baby. You know what I'm saying? And thank you to everybody for the feedback about last week's show and everything that we've done up until this point, man. But it's only going to get bigger and better. Trust me. Am I right, son?
Oh man, this is huge.
Yeah, man. So
huge, man. Huge.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We appreciate everybody who supported us up to this point right here, man. And you know what, man? So what's been going on, man? You still working out? How's the workout going, brother?
Yeah, man. Let me tell you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you. I've been to the gym this month.
You got a log, dog?
Huh?
You got a log? You got a?
We have an app at my gym, and it tells me how many times I've checked in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've been 12 times. I've been 12 times in the month of January.
On that app, do they also tell you like the menu for the day, like what snacks they're gonna give y'all and shit like that?
You have a snack every blue moon, man. They might give you some Tootsie Rolls or some pizza or something. I don't even partake in that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, man! You got Tootsie Rolls in your ashtray in that Prius, nigga.
Hey, you got some Tootsie Rolls up there, if I take a Tootsie Roll, that's where it goes, to the ashtray. I don't actually partake in that.
That shit should go out the fucking window. You know what I'm saying?
I've been going, man, getting my cardio in, you know, feeling real good, man. Real springy. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, dog. I got you,
real
man. Let me tell
springy.
you. So. I got a flat on my tire on my bicycle, man. So we've been off this week, so to speak, man. So we're gonna get that back rolling again, man. And that bike gonna be back in the wind. You know what I'm saying?
All right, okay, sure.
Yeah. But yo, listen, man, we you know, what we wanted to do this season, man, was bring you some of the best people out there to rap and talk with and do your thing with, man, and some people that you've seen in the entertainment field and everything like that. And Chris, side out, man, since we know each other, bro, we love to laugh, bro. We, you know, in our room we had like you know, VCR, VHSs. Chris Rock and things like that, man. We, you know, and we snap on each other all the time for like almost 30 years, bro. We snap on each other all the time, man. And you know, we just two guys that love to laugh and shit, man. Everybody out there always tell you, man, laughter is the best medicine. That's one of the things we try to do in our podcast and our platform is try, you know, just a little entertainment and not always be so serious at all the time. But laughter is always the best medicine. You would agree, my brother, right?
Oh man, people don't understand how we had Chris Rock. I mean, we watched it every day.
You did.
Literally. It was on VHS. We either watched Chris Rock or we watched New Edition when they was performed on Oprah.
Oh, see, my brother.
Yeah.
He know it, bro.
We watched that every day.
We did.
New Edition, Home Again. The Home Again too.
Yo, bro. We watched those pretty much those two things all the time because, like I said, me and this guy right here, man. You can hear some of the things that we've talked about, man. We always laughing and joking with each other, man, and we laugh and joke with everybody who fuck with us from the tailgate and everything like that. And everybody that's seen our show, man, we love to laugh, bro. And you know, I'm gonna tell something a little real quick. You probably didn't know, you know, when I was a kid, you know, I aspired to be a stand-up comedian, like, you know, for a short time. I said, you know, I think I can do that. I was, you know, like 9th grade or something like that. I was like, you know, I think I can do that, man. And you know, I used to get tapes I used to buy like the cassette tapes. I bought everybody from Chris Rock's first one when he had I forget he had one back in '90. I used to listen to Richard Pryor stuff all the time, you know, Eddie Murphy and things like that. But you know, comedy has always been something to me, man. I love to laugh. I love to joke, bro. I can't take life too serious, man. Laughter gets me through a lot of shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, same
and yeah, so we told everybody that been following us. We got a special guest. It's gonna rock with us, man. And we, we've been trying to link with this brother for a long time. Our schedules couldn't match. He's a super busy guy, but he blessed us with his presence today. You know what I'm saying? And I can just go down the litany of accomplishments and just accolades about this brother, man. He's a super talented guy. No pun intended, but he's a super talented guy, man. And we just want to have a conversation with him, right, Si? Just talk,
man.
let everybody.
Let's just talk, man.
Yeah, let's just talk. Let's do a podcast style, opinionated-facts style, man. And this brother right here, man, I can just give you a litany, man. He's celebrating 30 years of outstanding work in the comedy game. 30 years, bro. That's as long as we've known each other, bro. 30 damn years.
That's almost as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, you show about a decade or two, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? This brother has been, like I said, he's celebrating over 30 years in the comedy game, doing it like no other. You've seen this guy on Def Comedy Jam, Showtime of the Apollo, BET's Comic View, the first Martin Lawrence First Amendment of Comedy. Everybody should check that out. And he was Butter in Sunset Park. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the New York Kings of Comedy, along with Capone, my man Mark Vieira, and Rob Stapleton. Everybody, let's have a conversation with my man, the ultra talented Mr. Talent Harris. Yo, what's up, Talent? Welcome to the Cases, my brother. How you doing, man?
Man, listen, it's good to be here, man. You guys sounding wonderful over here, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate it.
I was watching. I forgot it was me. I was like, "Who is this guy coming out?" That sounds interesting. I want to.
Hey, man, you've been doing it for so long, brother. And you like I said, when we first was kind of wrapped late last year, man, you was in the midst of just doing a lot of shows and everything like that. And I showed, we couldn't really connect, man. But that you in the midst of 30 years, and we was like, yo, bro, we first of all, we want to congratulate you on that. That's huge. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been a fan of yours. Every time I see you got the Heineken in your hand doing it on stage, man. And, the first time I saw you, I don't know if you remember this, it was a long time ago. There's a show called Snaps. Way back.
HBO Snaps. Yes, sir.
I saw you on Snaps, man. And, brother, like I said, man, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here, man. God bless you. You're welcome to the podcast, my brother.
Oh, well, thank you. First of all, I can never forget Snaps because it's so much. Even though most of the world know that one special, the two specials we shot half hour with HBO, it's so much backstory in that. Like there's Snaps, the albums, there's Snaps, the books. We did about 7 books. We did about 2 albums and CDs. Wow. And God bless the dead, Monteria Ivy and my man Kevin DeWitt. These guys came from the Uptown Comedy Club days in Harlem.
Right.
And he was the original host of that. And he eventually branches off and starts his own, conglomerate or behind the snaps. And that was just one segment on that show. They would end that show with a quick little snap battle. And he just took that thing and ran with it. And the rest was history. I think they made about 12 more snap version shows after that.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah, MTV did a couple. VH, it was everywhere. A couple of the brothers from FUBU did a DVD. It was like they did the boxing ring and the whole, it's been about 10, 12 variations.
Yeah, man, that's always been like, I think, like I said, that was one of the first times I saw you. Cause like I said, when I was young, I was trying to always aspire to be a comedian, man. And I always respected what you do and whatever your other successful comedian do, man. Just go out there and rock it and make people laugh for 30 minutes, an hour, however long you do it, brother. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you celebrating 30 years of comedy, my dog. You know what I'm saying? What brought you to it? What brought you to comedy in the beginning, bro?
Well, love, man. It's funny because just the last 2 days I was at the Beacon Theater. I had the great opportunity to working with my man Russell Peters. And Russell Peters, we came up in the same humble beginnings. And I was hosting the Boston Comedy Club down in Lower Manhattan. Guys like Chappelle, Peters, Mike F, everybody you had to come through that club at one point, and I was the guy, holding it down and hosting it and promoting it and all that. So when you look at now, you fast forward, this weekend was nostalgic for me. I'm just sitting there shaking my head, living in it, because you don't, a lot of things, you don't realize them. They hit you later than the average.
Right.
somebody great just said in an interview recently, you know, that one of the big questions that go down now, you hear a lot is, yo, what would you tell your younger self if you could go back in time and blah, blah, blah. And I found it real interesting. It was an athlete. He said, well, I would tell my younger self, enjoy those accolades and moments. Because we're so busy working on the next moment. Yeah, we don't really celebrate like we should the actual thing that's happening now. Everybody around us do. Everybody around us have a greater time, and they sit in it, you know, longer and bigger than you, and appreciate it. You know, it's not that you don't appreciate it, but you're so working on the next thing that you're not sitting and really soaking up that thing. So perfect. I say that to say that's how 30 years is to me. Like I hit 30 years this past July. And I knew that because of, you know, things that I've done on paper. You know, like, damn, it's 30 years. Let me celebrate and throw a couple of events. And I did that because I'm good for that. That's automatic for me. But it didn't really hit me 30. Like take your time, bro. 30. Like a lot of people walk off the job with 20. You got 30.
Right.
You got 30 just getting warmed up. And cats do 20 and say, I'm out of here. You know, I want my pension, I'm gone. And here I am at 30, still figuring it out. So it's just hitting me now about 6-7 months later, like slowly, not even like boom, just like, yo, I'm stopping down, like, yo, it's 30. And I find myself sitting, like it could be a long plane ride or train ride, and I'll reminisce and bring some things up, and I'll smile and spiritually celebrate those things that I probably didn't celebrate the way I should have.
Hey, so Tyler, let me ask you, when you know, it's been 30 years, when you were in school growing up, were you always the funny guy, or tell us about how it got started for you, and how you knew, man, like this comedy thing is for real? Because a lot of times you see people and they think, a lot of times they look at people and they think, oh man, that's easy, I could get up there and make somebody laugh. But you know, the thing about it, it's like one of my buddies say, who's listening, my buddy Slack always say, it's different when those lights get on you. You know, those lights get real hot. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you get those lights get real hot. So when you stand there, you know, you're saying you at Boston Comedy Club, right? But then think of something like you know, you get on those big venues where it's, you know, 7, 10,000, 20,000 people, and the light on you, and they're saying, yo, make me laugh. Make me laugh now.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because like that's this weekend. You know, the Beacon, you know, is 3,000, and he did 2 shows. You know what I mean? The Russell Peters, he brought him out, and it's one of those things. Like those are the shows that I like a lot because they test you more. Right. Yeah. When people don't know you're going to be somewhere, and you go out there and be funny, that's when you really truly know if you're funny. Right. Okay. Once you reach a certain level of notoriety, meaning people know who you are, right? And when they know you're going to be somewhere, you know, they're happy to see you. If they paid to come see you, they knew you were going to be here. They got a ticket. They want to be in the same element, in the same room as you. So you get that kind of accolade, like, oh, man, my man. You're kind of getting props off of what you already did. You're still trying. You need new props. Like you got these you slinging these new jokes. You know, I need to know if these new jokes are funny. So if you come somewhere, if I'm trying new jokes and you came where you knew I would be, I really can't bank on that being 100% approval of my funny. Right. Now, when I pop up at a place and you ain't know I was going to be there, and you're there to see somebody else, and I get 15, 20, 30 minutes to go up there and play with my stuff and fling my new jokes and everything. If I'm cracking you up, I know I'm genuinely cracking you up because you ain't even come to see me. Like, you know, this is a surprise and coming from left field. You understand what I'm saying? It's it's like that night, man, that you bagged that chick you didn't know you was going to bag. You know you was going to bag her. You said, I'm going to go throw a couple shots back from my man Bert. The next thing you know, she like, you want to get out of here? You like, oh, shit, I ain't even wear those underwear.
That's when you're on that game, bro.
You didn't even wear those. If you knew that was gonna happen, you'd have pulled out the special underwear. Now you gotta go to the hotel with gym shorts under your pants. You thought you was coming right back home.
I used to wear them damn gym shorts. Hey, dog, this is something I always respect the comedians, bro. And this is and as I got older and listened to more comedians do more interviews and things like that. And you just said something about something I'm so super interested in. You guys, you guys are like athletes. You work out your material. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before a big
Yeah,
show or
so-
something like that. Like, you know, on Sundays, guys play NFL football, but during the week they're practicing and working on this stuff. So tell us this what goes into that whole workout or just getting new material and things like that and just trying it out.
And it's funny because that's what we call it. We literally, that's the exact terminology in comedy is working out.
Mhm.
Wow.
We call it working out. So what you're doing is a few things. You have for the average comedian. Let me back up and speak not from me. I'll explain in a minute how my process is a little special.
Mhm.
The average comedian who writes jokes, they thought of something wherever it came to them. So it can come anywhere. They could be out to dinner, something come to the mind. They pull a pen and paper out, or record on their phone or whatever, or they're sitting at home trying to think or whatever, or jot it down some bullet points. But when they actually write something down, you know, they're writing it and saying to themselves, "Oh, man, that's funny. That's funny." But that's only funny to them in their mind at that time.
Right.
There's no proof that it's funny. They're just thinking, "Oh, that's funny." They're saying to themselves, "That's funny," but there's no proof. So you go out to work out for two reasons. One, you need the proof. Is this thing that I wrote, is this material funny for real to other people other than myself? And then part two is, how can I get whatever that is to its funniest, right?
Right.
So
Right.
you keep hitting the stage. Like, let's say it's 10 minutes worth of stuff. And let's say that 10 minutes is a story about Christmas with my kids. The first time I tell it, every time I tell it, the audience is going to let me know. I listen to the audience as much as I'm talking, and the response lets me know what parts are the funniest parts,
Mhm.
what fat can be trimmed from it, because maybe it's not a 10-minute bit. Maybe once I start trimming all the fat or what's not funny and getting right to the punches and setups, maybe it's only 7 minutes, you know, once I trim it. But I don't know that until I keep hitting the stage, working over that bit, different audiences, and then it's just like a collective. You know who do the same process? A movie. Like I did the movie Sunset Park, right?
Mhm.
And what I noticed with them is they keep screening a movie before they release it.
Right.
Now they'll take a motion picture and they'll do a first edit, and they'll take, you know, invite some people out, maybe 50, 100 people to a theater, and they'll play the first version. And they're listening and watching reactions. And if they feel like they're not getting the reaction, or certain scenes didn't pop, you should have laughed there, you didn't, you should have cried there, you didn't, they go back. They do a little tweaking of that. They cut some trim some fat, timing, whatever, and then they'll have another screening. Sometimes, depending on the movie and depending on the budget and stuff like that, they may do this 10 or 20 times before they get to the point where you start seeing commercials. It's coming out Friday, April 17th. You know what I mean? So that's the same process as a comedian. He's looking for the laughter. You know, do I engage you? Do I need to change the timing of how I say that? Do I need to word this better? You know, and that's working out. You go out as much as you can and you do that. Now, if you're paying me and you guys call us a talent, we have an annual ball. We want to hire you to do an hour. We got $10,000 for you, blah, 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 whatever it is. Because that's a paid gig, I'm not going to be working out that night. I'm going to be hitting you with the stuff I know that works. I'm going to get there for an hour and give you an hour of proven material because you paid for that. You didn't.
Right.
I'm on your dime, so to speak.
Right.
You didn't pay for me to audition. You paid for me. It's like, you ever go to a concert and the damn artist is doing all new shit. Everybody's like,
"Hey man, that old shit."
Yeah, this is my new joint. I produced this. This is how I really feel about life. Check it out. Hit it. Everybody's like,
"What that old shit?"
And they got 50 hits. You want to hear 50 hits? But he's killing 50 minutes with new stuff. So this is when I used to play the snare in 12th grade. Hit it.
You don't want that shit, man.
No, you want it. You want the hits. So it's like that. So when we're working out, that's the difference in working out and working. But yeah, we do it as much as it takes. I tell my son does comedy. I tell him all the time. I said, you know, Dad, when is a joke finished or whatever? And I'm like, the joke really truly is never finished. Right. Like everything else, it evolves. I've taken jokes from a decade or two ago, bring it back into this era, and revamp it and tweak it where it fits today, so it's not dated. You
Right.
know, one of my processes, like a lot of comics, as soon as something happens in the news, they jump all over it, current events. I don't do that. I kind of wait a little bit. I let everybody spit they spew, and I find that unorthodox angle of it. And if it's a big enough story, it's still going to work 8 months from now. You know, it don't have to be today because it just happened today. You know, Mike Tyson bit the ear off. I waited about a year. Michael Jackson made the news. I waited about a year. Everybody stopped talking about it because you want to be special with your stuff. You have to have some sort of decorum. And if I get up there, you go to a comedy club and 10 guys are working out and all 10 guys are working out the same topic, it's monotonous. And again, you like this. You're at the concert again. When is he going to sing my song? You know? So that's working out.
Who would you say some of your early idols or maybe people that you got some of your style from as far as comedy come from? I mean, we've seen you, but for people who haven't, who would you say your style is like?
I don't think nobody. I think I'm definitely, you can't help but be a hybrid to an extent.
Right.
But style wise, I think my stuff is so organic and natural. It's kind of different in that sense. Like, it's funny because we talked about this last night at the theater, right? The last 2 nights backstage with the other comics, we were talking about it. And if you go on Netflix, there's these seasons of comedy called Stand Up, right? And if you watch that, you'll see this thing. One of my biggest pet peeves is this awkward, silent pause for a second or three that comedians do, like stand-up comedians. It's almost like they brain froze or they're fishing for the next thing or something like that. It irks the shit out of me, bro, because once you engage your audience, they're with you literally. They're taking that ride. It's like watching a movie. They're like right here. So whatever you do in those little seconds and minutes reflects on your audience. So it bothers me when a guy will say, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know, my daughter's all grown up now. And then they go, yeah. So going back to school Tuesday, like that thing in there, what was that? Like, that drives me nuts. So when I look at myself and how I attack the stage, it's not like anybody else. Even though I've been a fan of, I love comedy. I'm a big fan of it. I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't a fan of it. I'm one of the few people that didn't get into it to do something else. You know, I did other things because it came along with it. You know, and you got to put your kids through college. But I love stand-up comedy. I knew it from the moment I did it that I want to work on being the best at this.
Oh, let me tell you something. I can attest to your work ethic, bro, because I follow you on your social media, bro. And you one of the comedians I know that you're always working, dog. You always got something going on. You got a show going on, and you always bringing other new comedians along with for the ride. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's to me is almost like the old adage. You know what I'm saying? Push me and I pull you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you always working and doing something. And I was like, yo, like I said, I always been a big fan, man. And like I saw you on Showtime and the Apollo, bro. What is it like doing the Apollo, bro? Back in like the '90s, man, when nobody gave a fuck who came up on stage. If you wasn't hitting, you wasn't gonna make it.
He was gone.
And I saw you kill it on the Apollo, bro. I'm like, yo, it is what it is.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm so mad you asked about that. What is it like? It's like always, constantly, every second, almost ready to shit on yourself. That's what it's honestly like. That's what my first time doing Showtime at the Apollo was like. I tell you, it's funny because the story all of a sudden, again, this is 30 years, but all of a sudden in the past 5 years, this story comes up a lot. But my first time at the Apollo, I'm already, like you said, it's in the 90s. It was that time where they didn't care whether they had you as a guest or not. They were there to boo bad shit. That was it. So
right.
I get the call. I'm taping. Now, this is really, really big to me because I don't have a TV credit yet.
Right.
This is my first national TV credit. I'm going to be on television.
What
So
year
I'm
is
like,
this?
now this is 92.
All right.
I want to
That's
say
what
92.
that's
92.
when
No,
Apollo was.
what year?
They'll
What year
boot your
was?
ass.
You know how you know? You bring up MC Light. Whatever year Roughneck was out.
Okay.
The
That was
year
92,
Roughneck
90,
got
that about
released.
92. I think it was 92.
Yeah, 92 and 93. One of them
Yeah.
right there. I
Mhm.
want to say 92.
Okay.
So I get the call. So now I'm like, the first part of me is like, yes, because I've been trying to I'm from the hood. And when you're from the hood, back in the 90s, tell everybody I know in the hood, yeah, I'm a comedian. If you didn't do Def Jam, you ain't a comedian to the hood. Right?
Okay.
Oh
So
no.
I'm like, you got to picture my pain. Let me let me give you a portrait of my pain. I'm in the same projects as JB Smoke.
Oh Lord.
Oh wow.
JB did Def Jam. So the whole project is like 5 buildings in our project. So the whole project is, yeah, JB's a comedian, boom, boom. So anytime one of my friends go, well, talent, he comedian too. Everybody in the hood, fuck out of here, yo. You did Def Jam? Nah, ain't no comedian. So that's how the hood treated you, right?
Mhm.
So now I get this call, and now I'm like, okay, yes, at least I get a TV credit, right? And then like 10 minutes after that hype I'm feeling, it comes down with the most scariest thing, like, hold up, T, this is the Apollo.
Yeah.
Like, they literally don't care, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, but I know I'm funny, but I've also seen people I know are funny don't make it because they don't give them a second or a chance to hear what they got to say.
Right.
So now here we go. I get down there. I want to boo-boo my pants the whole time I'm in the building. From the moment they put makeup on me to the mic and the green room, I just that you get that constant. I just know I'm gonna diarrhea on myself. I know it, right? So I'm standing on the stage. So now they're over there because they used to take like 2 or 3 shows a day. So now they're ready to tape. They got everybody ready on deck. It's the order. I look at the runner show on the paper on the wall. And it says Derek Ellis, comedian, guest comedian. Then it says MC Light, 2 songs. And it says Talent Harris, or just Talent, guest comedian. So now I got something to tell myself to keep me cool. I keep telling myself, T, no matter what happened, they're going to be feeling good because Light going to perform her hits.
Right.
So they're going to be in a good mood. I'm going right after. I said, yo, you got a good spot, bro. This is me talking to myself. You got a good spot. They're going to feel good. You're going to kill them, da-da-da. So my boy Derek Ellis, he's from Dallas. Shout out to Derek Ellis. He goes out. They boo the shit out to the point where the producers run out there, right? They, whoa, grabs the mic. You can't do that. He's not an amateur. He's not competing. He's our guest comedian.
To the
Calling from
audience.
Texas. To the audience on the microphone. He's out on the stage,
Oh.
packed out. All right, so we're gonna look. So we're gonna do this again. But bring him out. Y'all give him a round of applause. And it's the guest comedian. Let's try this again. And they bring him out. And this fool, first line was something so stupid, they booed the shit out of him again. So now you got to know my nerves is crazy now, right? But I got 2 people in me. They got the devil and the angel on the shoulders, and they arguing. Don't worry about it. MC Light, they still gonna be happy. Blah blah blah. The other one, no, they booing niggas and that. So I'm sitting there, and I win, like convincing myself we're gonna be all right. And I'm standing behind a guy with the headset with the speaker, the little walkie-talkie shit.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, stage is all set. Let's get MC Light out here. And go, and then you hear the people hit back like, MC Light's a little behind her makeup. She's gonna need about 15 more minutes. Just throw the talent nigga out. I'm like, yo. So here's what a lot of people don't know. That fear, thank God for fear, because that fear gave me my branding with don't take it personal. It's just comedy.
Yeah.
And I had the little voice and the right there. Now, those 3 things came from that fear because I had to say something. I said, T, your first line got to say something to kind of disassociate your comedy from what they just booed. Like, hold up now,
Right.
So I came up with the disclaimer on the spot, which ended up following me my whole career. And then more importantly, the voice, people thought I was doing this character, right? But it was fear. It was really a shaky voice, like, and the popping I had already did. I used to play with my son like that. And he, for whatever reason, I would talk to him and I go, and he giggled. So for whatever reason, I brought that to the stage. But all those things accumulated and put together gave this magnificent 7-minute set that when I said thank you, good night, and put the mic back in the stand and looked up, I had a standing ovation.
I never forget it, dog. I seen it.
Now, and here's the thing.
Yeah,
as good as that was, this is how scary the Apollo was. As good as I did, you know what I did? I went out back and sat on the stoop for about an hour, still shaking and scared.
Wow.
Like I didn't do good. Like you would have never knew. I just got up that set. I was on the steps, and the funny thing, I look back now because I laugh at certain little elements. Like Joe had just came out, the R&B singer Joe. So Joe's out back on the street with his dancers rehearsing because they going up after light. So when I come out to the stoop and I'm all paranoid like a white woman with a cup of coffee. And Joe just stopped mid practice, like, yo, my dude, you funny as hell, man. You killed it right there. All right, 1, 2, 3. That's how scary the Apollo was.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Like I said, I used to watch Social Drama Apollo every Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? I think the first time I saw it, it had Mark Cooper. It was Mark Cooper as well.
Yeah. You talking about
Steve Harvey.
Mark Curry, Mr.
Mark
Cooper.
Curry. Yeah, Mr. Cooper. And then went to Steve Harvey and all that. And I was like, yo, they didn't give a damn who you were. If you wasn't funny, they coming for your ass. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. It was, and at the same time, it was so dope. And you know what's crazy about that is it became my home. Mm-hmm. Like it went from the scariest place in my life to being home. How crazy is that? Like
that's crazy.
I became, every season they would call me, I would do a set. That's for one. And then for two, I would, they hired me to be the host of Amateur Night at the Apollo for years, 20 years or whatever. And then even the televised version, I did a season of Showtime at the Apollo. I hosted. So it went from the scariest place in my career and life to being home.
Home. Wow.
Salute, bro. Salute, man. Like I said, you're from Mount Vernon, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it seemed like you guys. I didn't know JB was from your area, but it seemed like you guys had just a plethora of talent there, man. Like I said, you were in the Heavy D video with Chris Tucker. It seems like you've been always constantly working, brother. It's sometimes you hear about comedians take a break or whatever, brother, but you've been constantly on the
30
grind,
years, man,
doing your thing, brother.
Well, you have to, man. You know what it is to me? I think what part of my work ethic comes from, we got to face it. In entertainment, people don't, for the most part, respect it as a real job. So because of that, I think I've always, my work ethic was crazy because of that. Like, it's okay to come out and laugh and we all have a good time. I'm gonna laugh with you because like I said, I'm a fan of comedy. I enjoy it too. But every now and then you talk to people or the way they talk, you like, yo, they don't respect it like a real job. Like, and that bothers me. So it makes me work harder so that now as an older comedian, as a vet in the game, when I talk to people who followed the journey, they respect it now. But like in the early days, so like somebody come home, I had a hard day at work. You be like, me too. Like, man, shut up. You do comedy.
So, Talent, let me ask you, man, like just sitting back watching, man. And like I said, I've seen you several places. I think you're a hilarious guy, man. Super excited to have you on. So let me ask you, what's the motivation, man, that keeps you going? Because like you just said, people don't think like the comedy is a real job. I think it's probably the hardest entertainment job, right?
Hell yeah.
Because you got a musician. If they get up there and people not feeling them, you do what? You play the hit, right? You just play whatever they can't. Okay, well, we don't like that. Well, play whatever everybody like, right?
Facts.
You come on and you do it. But when you're a musician and you're a comedian and you standing up there and these people not laughing, And you of course you got your bag of tricks, but if you know when you turn people off, sometimes they just turned off. They don't want to hear nothing you got to say, and you got to do a 30-minute skit, and you 7 minutes in, and you see like now you might see some of the younger comedians, like since now of course everything is recorded, you'll see some of the younger comedians like Desi Banks and them, and people might not be feeling them, and they say, you know what, man, forget y'all. You know what, I'm still doing this and blah, blah, blah. They get really frustrated. They might storm off. So to be in it for 30 years, I mean, it's just a plethora of experience. You are literally the OG for comedians. Yeah. So what's the motivation, and how do you like when you prepare for all of that stuff, man? Because there's so much you got to prepare for. Like, what if they don't like me? What if they don't like my comedy? What if they don't like this joke? How do you do all of that, man? It just seems very, very anxiety provoking for me. And I just like to know what's your mindset before you go do any show? And is it the same feeling that you had 30 years ago?
Yeah, it feels the same. Like, again, if I didn't have it on paper, I wouldn't believe it myself. I wouldn't believe it's 30 years. But one thing you hit on the nail on the head, I say all the time, is in comparison to other forms of entertainment like music, something ain't working, you turn, let the drummer, get a drummer something, let the drummer rock 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Hit the snare, where the cowbells. You got all that shit, right?
Right.
A comedian, all that equipment and instruments is within you and your jokes. Right. So when that joke don't work, you got to figure and navigate how, like you said, it's like being lost driving without GPS, right. And you still got to figure how to get there. But all that other stuff that you said towards the end, my advice when I talk to younger cats, and it happens more often than you would believe, I got to constantly tell them, don't think about those things, because if you overthink it, you will psych yourself out. All you need to think about between every show and every set is the important variables that come with that show and set. If I like I said, again, you guys hire me and I get there and you go, hey, talent, can you please, this is a dressy event, dress up, don't cuss, and don't talk about politics because we got a lot of politicians in the room, blah, blah, blah. I got that. Those are my variables and my instructions to somehow navigate whatever I want to do, keeping those three things in mind, right?
Right.
Everything else, you're working against yourself. If you give too much thought, you're going to overthink it and psych yourself out. I know comedians all day that something as simple as somebody being real strong in front of them, they don't like that. It psychs them out. Oh my God, I'm going to follow that. Blah, 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 blah. But dude, just that's him and you're you. You know what I mean? He's going to do whatever he does and you're going to do whatever you do. You can't worry about him because you're not him. You're you. And if you focus on you and what you're capable of doing and what you came to do, you'll be fine. But most of the time, like he said, our brain goes, these guys think about everything under the sun. So by the time you get up, that's too much to be thinking about. I told a dude, I took like almost 2 weeks off, right, at the end of the year. Because my year has been so crazy since COVID. And I'm not complaining, it's a blessing. We went from a total shutdown to right after the shutdown, my work doubled, tripled, and quadrupled. So I'm ripping it. I'm talking about like right now, like my project this month and next month is to put my house literally in order because stuff is just thrown because I'm coming and going, and going. So at the end of the year, I told myself I set it up where when I get around the holidays, I have time for self, and I did that. So when I came back to work, where was I? Oh, I was in Arizona. Not this past weekend, the one before. That's when my first time back, right? It's been about 10, 12 days, whatever. And I'm in Arizona. And the first time, like the comedians in there are, they're not that good. So they're not doing, because they're struggling with funny and they're struggling with the time they're supposed to do. So the guy tells me, two guys are going to do 15 minutes. You got 30 minutes before you go on. It was about 16, 17 minutes that were bringing me up, and I wasn't ready. I'm like, well, damn, I thought I had a few more minutes, so I'm brushing my drink and all. So I get up there, I find myself out of my method, and I find myself thinking, oh, I'm making them laugh. is a good time for the people out there. For me, it's killing me inside because I'm thinking, and I don't think. It's a natural thing to me. So I don't think. So I'm looking like, I'm just going to get up here and go through what I go through. So the first set, everybody's like, oh my God, you did great. That was beautiful. I'm like, listen, it was great for you. I said, it was bothering me, man. I take a couple of shots of tequila and calm the hell down. And I calmed down. And then right after that, like this one guy was like, you know what? I see what you're saying now. Like the second time, as opposed to the first time, totally different thing. I was like, yeah, because that's not me. I don't do that. I do it a certain way, but I'm forced to do this.
Right.
So it's crazy right there. What happened? I think my dog got to get out the cage.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Give me 1 second.
Go ahead, take your time, man. Do your thing, man. Let him out. But yo, dog, it's just yo, man. We like I said, we love to laugh, man, and we brought we do our thing. Talent's coming right back. He got to let the dog out. He loves dogs, by the way. I follow his IG. But yo, dog, I just that's one thing give me anxiety, man. If you ever thought about coming on stage and bombing out, whatever, man, and you feeling like you're not up to speed, man, that shit would be crazy for me. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, I remember that one time we was on stage. I had to carry you. So
that's why you my man, dog. That's why you my
I definitely
man.
know. When you got up there, I said, "Damn, talk, say something."
Yo, who would have thunk
you
it,
just sit
right?
there?
Who would have thunk it that I don't have much to say, man? But you know what I'm saying. But
you know what I'm saying. So,
you bailed me out on many occasions, bro. That's why you my guy. You bailed me out on many of occasions. Too many for me to list. You know what I'm saying. I just
definitely too many for you to.
Yeah,
I bailed you out, and I've also put you on.
You have put me on. I give you that, and that's what makes you and I a great team. We put each other on, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't like my put-ons, but at least I try.
Nah, I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like you. Nah, don't try. Stop it.
Yo, dog. Wait for Talent to walk his dog, man. I saw something crazy. Oh, he's back right now. There you go. He's back. Well, he's coming back. But while we bring Talent on, it's something I want to talk. Well, there he is. He's back now. Oh, let me get him up here. But I saw something crazy. He's working this thing out. But I saw something crazy over the internet, man. I don't know if you saw this. Hey, there he is. Oh, he's not back. But
it's blocking me out. I think it's on your end.
Okay, hold on a second. All right, let's try this now.
There you go.
There we go.
There he is.
There he is. Hey, Talent. That was like that Chris Tucker, that first Chris Tucker skit on Def Comedy Jam. There go Tony. Nah, that ain't Tony. You remember that? They go Tony. Nah, that ain't Tony.
I realized that I didn't realize JB came on Def Comedy Jam before you did. I thought you were, you did before he did.
No, he did it first. How does that come on? First. He did it first. What happened is, the funny thing about that is, I got the call. I think we would have been on the same season, or I would have been on the one right after him. If I would have been on season 2 with him, I don't know. I think he might have did season 1 though. If he did season 1, he'd have been one ahead of me. But I would have been on season 2. But I passed the audition. I did an audition for it. I ripped the audition. But one of my biggest closing joke at the time had music bits in it. And what we didn't know that was Russell wasn't clearing no music. If you pay attention to Def Jam, all the music is Def Jam, right? Yep. So I had a piece of Nice and Smooth. It was the skit, but I had a piece of Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On, and Outstanding by the Gap Band that made this bit I did. And instant ovation every time with the bit, no matter what. That it was like the most reliable closing joke I had been working on for a year or two. And I go to audition, I crush it. They like, oh, we're gonna call you the particulars. We taping this week, blah blah blah. And I waited for that call, never came. So when I seen the producer, because we would always go down to the Academy Theater in Manhattan to watch it and check it out. So I said, hey man, I thought I made it. And he was like, man, I'm sorry. He said, you did, but just the joke you were closing with, we couldn't clear it. He said we weren't clearing any music, so you got to do it again next season, and your set has to be without music.
Oh wow, bro!
So JB was on it, but JB was the first guy to ever put me on stage.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, bro. Wow. And now that like I said, 30 years in or whatever, man, and now you're doing one of the biggest tours out there, comedy tour wise, you know what I'm saying, with the New York Kings, you know what I'm saying,
Yes,
Mark
sir.
Vieira, Capone, and Rod Stapleton, everything. So how did all that come together, bro?
What was that? The year was I want to say 2000, right? And those guys, the original New York Kings was 5 of us, New Yorkers, and we were the guys who were in control of all what we call comedy rooms.
Right.
So from the Bronx, Mount Vernon, Long Island, Queens, Jersey, all of us 5 guys were the host of all the rooms. So we had a built-in constituency and following, you know. So we figured like, a small theater of 1,000, 1,500 people, we can sell out. You know, if each one of us have our 300-400 people come out, it's not a problem, times 5. Right. And we was like, let's do that. And mind you, we were all rivals at the time, kind of like competing with each other. No beef, but competing comedy-wise. And it was Gerald Kelly. It was Drew Frazier. It was Rob Stapleton, Capone, and myself. Mm-hmm. And that was the original one. And our first show, we sold out the Apollo, 1,500 seats. Wow. And May, I think it was May 8th or May 9th, the year 2000, because we used it as, that was my birthday show. First time trying it out. We wanted to see how the people in New York would react. And when we sold it out, we said, we got something. You know, now we just need to build on it, be consistent. And at the time, you know, we went from that, we did the Garden, we went from the Garden, we would be on Broadway at Caroline's and all that. And it was flowing for a second. And then a couple of us didn't have the same vision. You know, some of us, you know, I'm trying to get the checks to get bigger, and people just wanted to get checks. You know, so there's a difference, you know, when you got people that just want to get checks and people that's trying to see, bruh, if we got 10,000 for the Apollo, we can get 15 over here. We got 15 over here. We can get 20 over here. We get 20 over here. And that's the way you should be thinking in business, you know, but, you know, everybody wasn't on the same page. So we went in hiatus. We revamped it, and we came back. And then when we came back, we made a few adjustments, and, you know, everybody they came back and they wanted to make it more diplomatic. It was like, hey, we want to make it a democracy. I was like, what do you mean? You know, because I had the rights to stuff, so I was the boss. We don't want you to be a boss, basically. We want to be able to vote. Anything would come up, let us vote. And I said, okay, I ain't got no problem with that. Mm-hmm. And live by the sword, die by the sword. Careful what you wish for. That damn voting system voted 2 of those Negroes out. And I told both of them when they got fired on the phone, I said, see, I could have went to bat for you, but I'm no longer the president.
Hey, you say you live by the sword, you die by that shit. Damn.
Hey, man.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful what you do. But, you know, fast forward, you know, after 2 times with the 5 guys, after we parted ways with Drew Frazier, we made a decision like, you know what? Let's just do this with 4. You know what I mean? Because we'll get more time on stage, you know, be a little more relaxed with it. And I think it'll be a good thing. And it's been working like that for a minute. And then we were like, you know what? Capone came up with an idea like, I got an idea. Let's add a little different kind of flavor to it. You know, we'll still have a beast in there, but let's get a Hispanic. Let's get Mark Vieira. And we threw Mark Vieira in there, which definitely added a dope, you know, a new avenue to it, because he was talking about 2 things we weren't. One, his heritage. You know, we can't be him because he's Hispanic. But more importantly, he's coming from, a lot of his stuff came from that marriage point of view. You know what I mean? The wife and the marriage and the the kids, the family thing. When most of us was like on the dating thing or the single thing. So that was a great element to add along what we already had.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, man. You know, like I said, I've been, you know, we've been following you forever, man. And like I said, we're a huge fan, bro. And you know, you always got something going on. We always interested. And like I said, we was trying to get you forever. You know, you always busy, bro. And now that we've had the opportunity to talk to you, man, and folks are responding, bro. You know, we like to have you as what we call a friend of the show. Come on and say what's going on, man. And
absolutely,
rock with us, man. And you know, keep the relationship going, man. We sincerely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Absolutely, man. You know, bro, listen, man. Like I said, I love talking about great topics. I love passing knowledge on. You know what I mean? And I love just us, you know, just showing love to each other, man, and just keeping this thing popping. So whenever you need me, man, I can do it. I'm here.
Hey, say
Sure.
less, my brother. I'm a hold you to that, bro, because you know I'm a bugger.
Hey, I'm saying, look, I'm saying less.
So, but before we go, man, I had